Hello, dear friends. Patrick here. I wanted to make a short video talking about the latest convention that the Conservative Party had, where they came up with a number of resolutions. They talked about opposing gender transition for children and supporting rights of women. They talked about banning digital ID and banning their ministers from the World Economic Forum. Now, I'm not sure if that was from the convention. I saw that video posted. Where Pierre Poilievre is saying that he's going to ban digital ID and he's going to ban ministers from the World Economic Forum. But then there was a video that I'm quite sure is from the convention where his wife says that she supports the truckers. And that caused a bit of a backlash from some People's Party members saying that, oh, they're stealing the ideas of the People's Party. I say, well, good, right? This is what's good. The reason why I want to make this video is because I want what's best for Canadians, for Canada. And I think that goes beyond specific parties and looking at the policies that are being put forward in real time that we see happening today, not what happened 10, 15, 20 years ago. The Conservative Party had different policies under Aaron O'Toole, under Andrew Scheer. The reason the People's Party came into existence in the first place was because Maxime Bernier was almost going to get the leadership. He had like 49% of the vote. He was going to become leader of the Conservative Party. Maxime Bernier was a Conservative for like 13 years, from 2006 to 2019, I believe. And he was going to be the leader of the party, but then they gave it to Andrew Scheer. So he kind of got stabbed in the back, and he basically split from the party and said, forget that. I'm never going to be part of that party ever again. And so the People's Party doesn't have conventions. It's just Maxime Bernier, his policy, or the highway. That's it. Him and his inner circle of leaders that they have, and that's it. There is no input from the members of the People's Party. So I think you should be very aware of that. And you can't have it both ways, because people say, well, you know, the Conservatives are the uniparty. They're a globalist party because globalist policies were started under Stephen Harper 15 years ago, or whenever it was started. But Maxime Bernier was part of the Conservative Party at that time. So are you willing to say, well, Maxime Bernier is part of the globalist movement too then, because he went to Davos and he was part of the Conservative Party at that time? No, because things have evolved and changed since then, just like the Conservative Party has evolved and changed since then. So this recent convention that they had, where they're putting forward policies that are mimicking, coming in line with a lot of the policies that the People's Party have, like supporting the truckers. They say, oh, well, they were silent during the convoy. They were silent, and now they kind of come after the fact. Good. They come after the fact. It's not perfect. Were they silent during the convoy? To whatever extent they were silent, they probably, obviously, weren't as vocal at that time. But now that they're coming out and saying they support the policies that they brought forward by their delegates, and they voted on them, and they have that input from their membership. That's what a real political party should be like. A real political party should listen to the members of the party, cooperate, put together the input from their members, and vote on them, and just like they did at this convention that they had, and it gave them great exposure, and so they are a rising star. Their popularity is growing, and for good reason. They should be growing, because they are the best hope that we have to get rid of Justin Trudeau and the Liberals, who are trying to destroy the country at all costs. They are corrupt. They are stealing funds for their own private reasons. They're jet setting all around the country and accomplishing nothing. He's embarrassing Canada on the global stage, and he has been involved in too many scandals to mention for this video, right? And we know what that most of them are. And so it is vital that we're able to dethrone the Liberals from the power that they hold. Together with the NDP, they have this coalition that we have to get rid of. And so this 800,000 votes that have gone to the People's Party, I think these people should reconsider and look at how the politics in Canada are evolving, and how things are different under Pierre Poilievre than they were under both Aaron O'Toole and Andrew Scheer. And particularly Aaron O'Toole was very far left. He was mimicking the Liberal policies. He flip-flopped on the carbon tax. He said he didn't want to have it, and then he agreed to it. And so this is something that we should be aware of, that the Conservative Party of today is changing in real time, is moving towards common sense policies, and the People's Party say, oh, they stole our idea. They're saying common sense policies. Well, no, good. That's good that they're stealing the valuable ideas and throwing out the bad ideas. This is what we want to see. We want to see the conservative, the People's Party has fulfilled a function. It fulfilled a very important function during the Freedom Convoy, during the protests against lockdowns and tyrannical measures that were unnecessary. And it fulfilled that function, and it continues to fill a function in terms of being a voice for conservative policies to one degree or another. However, the fact remains that the Conservative Party has the strongest support, the largest fundraising. They have the strongest leadership, and they are moving forward with common sense policies that are appealing to Canadians, that Canadians want. Now, if the People's Party want to just continue going further and further right, if that's possible, I don't know what that would mean or what that would look like. But they seem to want to distance themselves and say, we're the only true, genuine Conservative Party. And if the Conservatives start stealing their ideas, they say, well, that's not fair. Well, it's a bad argument, right? It doesn't make sense. If they're emulating the policies that you believe in, you should be encouraging that and supporting that and say, yes, that's where we wanted to go in the first place. So if they're doing that, that's what we want to stand behind. We want to put Canada first, not the party first. The People's Party is putting the party first at all costs. Just that it's the People's Party or nothing, right? Whereas the Conservative Party is evolving. They're listening to their membership, and they're putting forward policies that are common sense policies. And this is what Canadians want and need: a leadership with integrity, a leadership that is willing to stand up against the World Economic Forum, a leadership that is willing to get rid of mutilation of children, and so on and so forth. And so that's why I'm supporting the Conservative Party, and that's why I feel that there is a need to speak out for that support. Even though I supported the People's Party in the past, even though I ran as a candidate for the People's Party in the past, I realized that. But I'm seeing what's happened in real time, and I'm realizing that Pierre Poilievre would be good for Canada, and the Conservative Party as it exists under him would be good for Canada. And this is why I want to encourage people to say, don't get caught up in the lame arguments that the People's Party is putting forward, saying, oh, they're uniparty, oh, they're globalists. You can't call them globalists when Maxime Bernier was under the Harper government that started those globalist policies. You can't have it both ways. Or they say, even sometimes it's even perhaps even petulant. It's childlike, saying, oh, they're calling themselves common sense. They're stealing our logo. Well, good, let them steal the logo. Or they say, oh, they're using the color purple. That's a childish argument to say they're stealing our ideas. No, you want them to. If your ideas are good, you want them to steal your ideas. It's like the old phrase, don't worry about people stealing your ideas. If they're any good, you'll have to ram them down their throats, basically, right? So you want people to, if they're good ideas, you should be promoting them. If they're good for Canada, you should be supporting them. If they're good for the country, you should say, yes, these are good policies that they're introducing. And this is what we've seen in their recent convention. And they've got a lot of exposure from it. Even the Liberals were trying to mill around outside the front of the convention to try and get some attention from the media, which shows the absolute shambles that the party is in, that they have no audience, that nobody's listening to the Liberals. Their audience has shrunk down to the alt-left lunatics. That's about the only people that want to support the Liberals anymore, because they realize that they've failed in so many different areas, that they've been corrupt in so many different areas. And so the Conservative Party under Pierre Poilievre is the common sense solution to dethrone Justin Trudeau from power, to get hopefully a majority of so that they can get things done in Parliament. And that's why I want to share this video, because I think it's very important that we don't just stay stubborn and say, okay, well, no, I'm going to support the People's Party no matter what, because the Conservatives are globalists, or the Conservatives are this or they're that. Are they perfect? No, they're not perfect. But they are a strong step in the right direction. And the People's Party has, and the members of the People's Party have been a vocal voice in strengthening the conservative values that they are adopting. And I think that is a very good thing that they're doing. However, you can't just say, well, no, it's our party or no other option. You have to reach a point where you say, yes, that what they're doing, it makes sense. They have good leadership, they have good structure, they have good policies in place, and they are the best candidate to defeat the Liberals in the next election. So this will probably be the last video I make on this, because I've already mentioned this before, and I just wanted to reiterate it because of this recent convention that they held, that I think is very, very important. There's 800,000 Canadians out there who had given their support to the People's Party during COVID, during the lockdowns, and they were standing up and saying, no, we don't want tyranny. We don't want authoritarian government dictating policies that are ridiculous. And so now that that's been done, and we've sort of gotten over that hump, so to speak, now we can move forward and put our support behind the Conservatives under Pierre Poilievre and get the Liberals defeated in the next general election. And I hope that happens soon. And I hope that what I'm telling you makes sense. It's not anything that people aren't already aware of. I'm not saying anything new. I'm just, rehashing what is already available out there in the news and letting you know my personal beliefs, because I was a part of the political scene, and I did volunteer to serve my country in that way. And so I think it's important that I do speak out for where I am at currently. For those of you that follow me or were part of my efforts in the last election, I greatly appreciate that. I'm very thankful for each and every one of you that put your support behind me and encouraged me in the political arena. And now I'm stepping back and saying, hey, I think that Pierre Poilievre, under his leadership, that would be a good option for Canada and moving forward with common sense policies. So thanks a lot for watching. God bless you. I hope you're doing well. We'll talk to you again soon. Okay, take care of yourself. Bye-bye now.